Yeah, looking forward to going down and having a real challenge and playing Georgia on the road, a very talented team and a team that showed a lot of heart and a lot of guts coming back last week. Was very impressed with Aaron Murray and really their whole team to come back and take the lead and have a great opportunity to win that game. I know it wasn't the outcome that they want, but had a chance to watch it live as we were heading back from the Vandy game. We were on the bus and watching it, and just really impressed. And I just feel like they have an awful lot of talent. Very good team. Very impressed with Murray once again, and the running back Gurley is just a very big, strong, physical running back, and of course, very talented receiving group that's getting more and more healthy with Conley coming back. So. Defensively, again, very good team and very talented, and a bunch of linebackers that run all over the place and make plays, and very good up front with Ray Drew, and good in the back end with Clemens and the rest of the crew. So it'll be a real challenge for us. I thought we improved this past week. I was really pleased with the effort that our team gave at Vandy. I thought we really played as hard as we have all year. The outcome was not what we wanted, but I felt like the team really played extremely hard. I thought we really had the best game defensively since I've been here, and again, I felt like we made some good stops and played extremely hard offensively as well. We just got to stop, having plays that are killing drives for us, whether it be penalties, drop balls, missed assignments that create negative plays and all those things. But again, I thought we moved it well. We just got to execute better to get the ball in the end zone. Special teams, kind of the same story. We can't have a blocked extra point that creates 2 points for the other team. I thought that was a big momentum changer for us. Outside of that, I thought we played extremely hard on special teams and did some very good things. Our coverage units were very good and limited yards on kick return and punt returns for Vandy. So overall, making some improvement. We know we've got a long way to go, but pleased with the team's attitude and effort.
First up, we have David Paskowitz, Chattanooga Times Free Press.
Hey, Coach, it's been a few weeks since I've asked you about Reese Phillips from our area. With this being game 11 and with Jalen and Maxwell being healthy, is that you don't see any circumstances of where he could play? I mean, is he pretty much committed to a redshirt at this point?
At this point, he is. But I tell you, he did move up. If once Jalen came back, if he was re-injured, we were going with Reese. We were going to put Reese in the game and give him a shot. Now with 2 games left and no chance at a bowl game for anything, I think it would be in our best interest to keep that redshirt year now. But he was moving up and repping with the twos really the second part of this season. So impressed with the way he's progressing and excited about him in the future.
How did he handle? I mean, I know he had a really good spring for you and had a really good spring game, but how did he handle kind of these last few weeks when he came so close to being able to play, and then obviously now it looks like he won't? How did he kind of handle that from a mental standpoint?
He handled it very well because he was willing to take his redshirt year off and go in and help the team in the play, and he was preparing to play and really still is. But at this point, I would probably still go with Maxwell to keep his redshirt. But I was excited to get Reese some reps in practice. I liked what I saw, and he's handled it very well and very unselfish. Like I said, he was willing to play, and I thought he would have went in there and done very well. So in a way, I'm kind of disappointed I didn't get an opportunity to see him play this year. But in the long run and for the future of our program, I'm glad we'll be able to keep his red shirt.
Thank you.
Yep.
Next is Kyle Tucker, the Louisville Courier-Journal.
Hey, Mark, just sort of followed up on something I was asking about yesterday. You said it was a fine line, between sort of prying guys with an ugly stat and beating them up with it. But where with the interception thing in your secondary and being a secondary guy, how have you used that number? Do you every now and then sort of jab those guys with it? Cody Quinn said it's always in the back of their minds and they think about it every week.
Well, it is, and I think the only thing that we really are doing here right now, Kyle, is just trying to get them better, and I like the way the group practices. I really do. I think they go out there and and really, practice, well and prepare for the games well. I mean, we've got to get our hands on some balls, and I think a lot goes into that. Pressure up front, blitzes getting there, trying to get bad passes. I think leads help. When it's no mystery, we're struggling to score points. So, it's just like last week. I mean, the difference in the game was the turnovers. So I think they were very smart with the ball and didn't turn it over and don't put themselves in that situation. And I think, most opponents know with the way we're struggling to get the ball in the end zone that it would be very careless to throw the ball up and put it in bad situations. So I think, that's part of it as well. I think, you have an opportunity to get lots of interceptions when your team's scoring a bunch of points and teams are playing from behind as well. And, that's not been the case this year. So it all goes into it. But we need to do a better job in the secondary. We need to do a better job creating pressure and creating some negative plays and, whether it be tips and different things like that. But I think the group's getting better. But, we all know we have a long way to go.
So have you stopped bringing it up with them, or do you every now and then?
Oh yeah, every now and then I'll bring it up, but with certain guys, but they know it. They care. They care a great deal, and they're trying to get some.
Thank you.
Yeah, you got it.
Next is Chase Goodbread of NFL.com.
Coach, I think I saw from one of the Kentucky beat writers yesterday that Avery Williamson's got another cast, I think with some kind of thumb issue.
Yeah.
Can you just update us on him?
Yeah, he's had an issue all year. It's a ligament. It's not torn. It's not a torn ligament, but for some reason, after this past weekend, it swelled up, very big. And as a matter of fact, it was so much swelling in it on Sunday that they couldn't put a cast on it until Monday when they got some of the swelling out of it. But it's not anything that needs surgically repaired or anything like that. He's just having an issue with a tendon or a ligament in his thumb.
Thanks, Coach.
Yeah.
Mark Weiser of the Athens Banner Herald.
Coach, I know you inherited much of the talent on your roster. I wanted to ask you what you thought of Dupree and Smith when you got there and kind of what they've given you.
Yeah. Very impressed. Bud was here when we got here, and Zadarius we recruited first couple weeks we were on campus here. We recruited Z here. But I tell you, I'm very impressed with both of those guys. I'm really kind of pleasantly surprised with the versatility of Bud Dupree. There's a guy that's very good with his hand in the dirt, playing a 4-3 defensive end, and he's also very talented standing up, playing linebacker and some of the 3-4 stuff that we're doing. And I think he's the type of guy. I think he'd be one of the best players on our defense, no matter where we played him in the front seven.
Thank you.
Yep.
Next is Chris Lowe of ESPN.com.
Hey, Mark, how are you?
Good. How are you?
Hey, I wondered, as the game continues to change, I know it's very cyclical, and from your perspective, being a defensive guy, do the benchmarks change a little bit about what is good defense as far as numbers and that kind of thing? Yeah.
I do think it changes, certainly with who you're playing. I do think it changes. You all see it. I know how much you watch, and study all college football, and there's different teams that are so explosive. If you if you hold them under a certain number of yards or a certain number of points, you feel like that's maybe as good as you can do with certain teams. It takes a team effort to win against certain opponents. Where you have to play good on offense, defense, and special teams. You have to control the clock. You have to control field position at times, and play a great team game to win. I know with us being here, and the challenges we have here with our first year here, but some of these opponents we're playing are very tough matchups. One of our worst games this year, certainly statistically, if you look at it, is Missouri, and it was just a very tough matchup for us. And if you really study the game like we do and watch it and break it all down, we had an awful lot of good plays in that game. And I thought we really played tough up front and mixed it up. We mixed up some 4-3 and 3-4 and just did some really good things. But then we had a real hard time matching up outside, and they got some, explosive plays and some points. And when it's all said and done, you look at it on paper and you say, man, that is just a horrible day. And then we have to come into the office, break it down, and see what we're doing right and what we're doing wrong. And again, I felt like there was quite a few plays in that game that we really played well. So those are the things you got to look at and measure. And I definitely think there's something to the question that you just asked. And I think it comes down to your team and winning and losing. So, a lot of statistics matter, and as a defensive guy, every yard and every point is personal, but sometimes, the bottom line is just winning games.